Hello and welcome back to the Rocket League Bot Championship Series. I am your host, NolanNetwork, and today we've got the final round of the left side of the bracket for the Rocket League Bot Championship Series. We've got the Widows and the Bees as Caveman is starting to spin off with a beautiful save after a nice rocket shot there from, I believe that was Hound or Tex. Speaking of those two names, as Caveman is going to put one in for a goal for the Widows, as we've got Hollywood and Caveman for that side of the team, and for the Bees, we have Tex and Hound. This one hopefully should be a fun one to watch. Just like last video, if you didn't see that one, go make sure you watch it. It is a spectacular video, spectacular match, I should say, between two teams, I should say. This one should be a lot of fun to watch as Caveman's going to pop that one up against the wall onto the Bees side. Bees looking to make another run at the championship as the Widows are a new team here in the bracket. Hound making a beautiful save. Hollywood trying to put that one in. A lot of teams returning from the last tournament, but a lot of new ones as well, obviously, as we did have an 8-team tournament last time and a 16-team tournament this time. Obviously, the bracket is doubled, meaning there are 8 new teams, and the Widows are one of them. As Caveman in his skull and bones van looking super cool with that red and black. Hollywood over there in his sports car, which makes way too much sense. Hound and Tex both in trucks. Also makes a lot of sense as Tex tries to save that one, and Caveman gets his second goal of the game, scoring all the way from the corner as Hound almost passed it to him, and Tex trying to save it, just bounces it right in. I don't even think it would have gone in had he not hit it. Hollywood also with those stars all over his car, kind of replicating the Hollywood, I guess, what do they call it? The Walk of Fame or the Sidewalk of Fame, whatever it is. I believe it's the Walk of Fame. As Tex trying to save that one again, and he's going to leave it wide open for Caveman, who already has a hat trick a minute and 30 into this one. And so far, the Widows are blowing out the Bees. Battle of the insects here. And the Widows seem to be crushing it. Bees not putting much of a fight. As here we go with another kickoff. Widows seem to win that one as well. Widows doing everything right so far, making plenty of scoring opportunities, have not allowed the Bees to put any pressure on them so far, and are making contact when they need to, making plenty of it, and putting it right into the net and into the goal consistently, as they already have 3 goals. Going for a 4th right here. Hollywood trying to get that one in. He's going to flip it right into the corner. Goal! Hollywood scores. Hollywood and Caveman. Wow, that was difficult. Already combining for 4 goals. And we're not even 2 minutes into this match yet. This match is not even halfway over. Tex and Hound not playing their best ball as both teams go. Widows win that one again. Caveman's going to try to score it. Hound almost scores on himself as Hollywood puts another goal on net, and it's another goal. The Widows are putting it on. The Bees are flailing here. Widows doing everything right and just crushing them. It's 5-0 after 2 minutes and a second of this match. Caveman and Hollywood putting on a spectacular offensive performance here. Will the Bees capitalize? Or not capitalize, I should say. Will the Bees make any effort to come back? As Hollywood puts another one in the net 9 seconds after the other one. So now he's got a hat trick. Caveman and Hollywood both hat tricks in this game, and they aren't done yet. The match may be looking over, but anything can happen here. They scored in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. The Bees could do the exact same thing, tie it right back up with 40 seconds left to go. That was a weird way of saying that. Will the Bees have any juice in the comeback tank? Let's find out. As Hound's going to put one on net, and he whiffs. Hound whiffs on the open net. And I can't believe it. I'm speechless. As he does finally put it in. Almost missing that one as well. And finally does get one in. But missing that open net almost cost him a free goal, as he does get it back, but does waste time on the clock. They've reduced the deficit to 5, but that does not mean that there's a high chance of them coming back here. Although, you never know. You do not know in these series. Anything can happen. Like I said, the Widows scored in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and now they have an open goal again. Tech's not there to make the shot. Hound's going to set it up. Tex is also not in position for that one either. And these guys are just not playing sound Rocket League soccer. They're not in position when they need to be. They're not setting it up like they should be. And Hound's going to go for another goal and does finally get that one in. And has now reduced the deficit to 4 with 1 minute and 57 seconds left to go in this one. Caveman basically set it up for him, tried to get in goal, and just backed up away from the ball. What are you doing, bud? You can score a hat trick, but you can't play simple goalie. As we do have another kickoff here. Bees trying to make a comeback. Down, but not out. Definitely fighting with all they've got left in this one. Single elimination tournament. You lose once and you're done. They definitely don't want to be out of the tournament. As you can imagine. As Caveman's going to go ahead and juke out Hound. And tries to put that one on net. But it's going to bounce off both Bees defenders and launch over to the Widow's side. As they go back to play some defense. Caveman whiffs that one. Tex puts one in front of the net. Hollywood with a great save. Rolling back to the other side now. Hound back to play some defense. That one's rolling along the wall. Will he save it? He does. Gets sort of a clear out of the corner. But that one's going to be hit over there by Caveman. It's going to roll up on the wall. Caveman with a somewhat okay setup, but it's way too fast for Hollywood, as he's got no shot hitting that one in. Hollywood trying to dribble over to the middle of the field. Gets hit by his own teammate. And now Caveman over there to make the save from the Bees defender, or Bees attacker, I should say. As now 1 minute left with 4 goals down. Will the Bees have any chance in this one? Ball is hit up off the wall, falling to the ground. Does hit the ground, as that's how gravity does work. Trying to score as many times as possible in this short amount of time. Tex going for the shot. Whiffs. Hollywood with the save. And that has been the Bees all day long. Just these failed attempts. Hollywood making some beautiful reads off that, off those defensive stops, I should say, as Caveman launches that one over to the Widow's side, or the B side, I should say. And honestly, at this point, it's pretty much over. 18 seconds left. Not much you can really do in this one. Widows have put on a clinic, and even though the Rebels put on one of the greater offensive shows I think we've seen, I don't think you can compare it to the Widows, as these guys destroyed their opponent. Nothing even close. The Bees made a small comeback attempt, but these Widows were just way too fierce, and they will be moving on in the tournament. Bees have been eliminated. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and down below and subscribe. Also, make sure you comment. I want to know who you think is going to win this entire thing. We already got one side down to 4 teams. We have another 4 matches to go on the other side before we get to the semifinals. Or I think the semifinals. No, the quarterfinals. Wow, that was difficult to say.